Hello, my name is Suleiman, this is Bronwyn, and this is Winifred. Welcome to our channel. This week I'm going to be showing you how to groom your cat at home. But before I do that, please subscribe to this channel to join the community of cat lovers I'm building over here. Every week I post funny cat videos and cat care tips. Now, if you have cats, you will have noticed that they groom themselves. They do most of their grooming themselves, but there are some things that they can't do for themselves. That's where you come in. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to help your cats groom themselves. So yeah, let's get into that. So cats are pretty obsessive about keeping themselves clean. You will notice that cats as young as even 3 weeks old will start grooming behavior. So if you own a cat, you won't need to do as much as it relates to their hygiene because they take care of that themselves for the most part. I've had my cats, 9 or 10 months now, and I've only bathed them 2 or 3 times in that whole time. Not because they looked like they needed it or they smelled or anything. I just felt like I should, so I did. So even that isn't going to be much of a hassle. What you will have to do pretty regularly is clip their claws and brush their fur. And if I'm being honest, this is more for you than it is for them. Because if they have long claws and you interact with them regularly, like you play with them or you let them make biscuits on you, sharp claws will quite literally hurt you. So you clip their claws mostly for that reason, and you brush their fur because it just gets everywhere, and brushing their fur drastically reduces the amount of it you'll find around your house. Anyway, to clip their claws, you will need this claw clipper. It's pretty inexpensive and you can find it at any pet supply store. It's pretty easy to use, but if you can't figure it out, the instructions are usually on the pack it comes in. Now, you will notice that your cat's claws aren't visible to the naked eye. This is actually quite different from when they're very young kittens because their claws are visible all the time when they are that young, but as they grow, their claws retract into their paws. So to get access to their claws, you will have to push down on the pads of their paws like this to expose them. But once they are exposed, don't just go ahead and start clipping willy-nilly. Cats have nerve endings in their claws, so you have to be careful when clipping them. If you look closely, you can see that there's a bloodline right here. Make sure you clip just above the bloodline and you won't be hurting your cat. Now, depending on your cat's temperament, it'll probably fight you when you're doing this. Especially the first few times you do this, your cat will freak out, even if you're not hurting it. But you just have to power through and make sure that even though it's squirming, you do not cut into that nerve ending. For me, Winifred is relatively calm when I clip his claws as opposed to Bronwyn, who absolutely loses it. I've tried all the tips and tricks to get them to calm down while I'm doing this, but none of them have worked. So I've just accepted my fate that they'll never like this. So it will be a struggle to clip their claws, and I've made my peace with that. Anyway, about brushing their fur, you will need this silicone fur brush. This is also quite cheap and can be found at your regular pet supply store. It's pretty easy to use. Just slide it onto your hand and brush your cat's fur. Now, depending on what breed of cat you have, a lot of fur will come off. This is how much fur came off Bronwyn, and this is how much fur came off Winifred. And this is only around a week's worth of loose fur. If I didn't brush them, all this fur would have been scattered around the house. So that's why it's important to do this. I try to do it and clip their claws at least once a week, but if I'm being honest, it's more like every week and a half to 2 weeks. But that seems to work for us, so that's what I do. I know it's a bit of a hassle to do all this, but once you do it, you'll notice that you spend a lot less time cleaning and saying, "Ow!" Anyway, that's all I have for this week. If you like this video or you learned something new, please leave a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!